Good afternoon. Welcome back to Freeze Dried Friday, where every Friday we are freeze drying a different food. This week we are going to make and freeze dry homemade chocolate pudding. All right, so in this pan I have 1.5 cups of sugar, 3 tablespoons of gluten-free flour, and that's what I'm using to thicken it. And then we also have a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. So I'm going to mix these ingredients together and get them all the way mixed together. Okay, now we need to separate the yolks from the whites here of 3 eggs. Okay, we're going to add the yolks straight into the pan here. Just 2. All right, last one. Add 3 cups of milk. All right, we're gonna mix this all together. And we're gonna turn the heat on to medium. And we're just gonna slowly heat this up until it begins to thicken. All right, it's starting to thicken up here. It's not quite the consistency we want yet, so we're gonna let it heat up a little bit longer. All right, you can see that our pudding is boiling. It's thickened up to where I want it. We're gonna go ahead and remove it from the heat. And I'm gonna add some vanilla to this. And then we're gonna let it completely cool down before we add it to our freeze drying trays. All right, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons here of vanilla. Mix that in. There we go. Now we're just gonna let this go ahead and sit and completely cool down, and then we'll put it in our freeze dryer. All right, so our chocolate pudding has cooled down. So I am just gonna drop it by spoonfuls onto these trays here. They look like little cookies. Let's get that open. Pop them in here. And there we go. Let me close the drain. Drain is closed, and then food is inserted, and we're gonna start. Look at that, they look like little cookies. You know what they remind me of? The Thin Mints. They're super thin. I'm gonna try it. Wow, that is really good. They're actually perfect just like this. Perfect for little snacks, go into the lunch boxes, something easy to eat for the kids. I am, however, going to rehydrate a few of these just so we can see if the texture comes back the same. So let me get a bowl. All right, so I'm gonna put, I think just 4 of these in here. I'll pour some hot water over the top. And then just let it sit for about 10 minutes and we'll see if it comes back to a pudding consistency. All right, so this is what it looks like after 10 minutes. There are still a little bit of chunks left in it. I think if I was gonna save this to actually rehydrate as pudding, we would probably grind it down so that it's a finer texture and easier to rehydrate. But we like it as these little chocolate cookies, so I think we're gonna leave them like this. But I am gonna try this just to see. It's good. I actually don't mind the little chunks. They're just little chunks of chocolate. So I probably put a little too much liquid back in it because it's not quite as thick as it was when we put it in the freeze dryer, but it does taste good. So this is something good that we're gonna continue to freeze dry. We like it. The kids have already tried it. They love it. And these are not gonna stick around very long.